it's very important that you guys understand who you are in the Lord Jesus. It's very important that you have a relationship with the Lord Jesus. And I would suggest and I would submit to you that one of the best gifts that parents can give their kids with regards to the gift of faith is a Catholic school education. A Catholic school education, because everything that they do at St. Elizabeth Seton School and everything that they do at St. Thomas Aquinas is built on the foundation of Jesus Christ. It informs your choices. It informs your decisions. How many of you have gone to parochial school? Raise your hands. I'm going to bet you, okay, that if you stop and you think about it, your parochial school, your Catholic school education has informed the choices, the major decisions that you made in your life. Why do I say that? Because when you make an important decision, you ask yourself, or you should ask yourself, what does God think about that? It's just like a marriage. Before spouses make important decisions, they ought to be saying to themselves, what would my wife say about that? What would my husband say about that? Because what's good for you, Michael Johnson, okay, is good for her. And what's good for you is good for him. That's what marriage is about. Marriages begin to go south when you don't consider that. I don't think I have to tell you that Catholic schools are really struggling today. And they're struggling for many reasons, but one of the reasons why Catholic schools are struggling is because when mom and dad are sitting at the kitchen table trying to figure out the budget, what bills they're going to pay, what they're going to keep and what they're going to cut, it's an easy decision when you think you can save yourself $5,000 or $6,000. But I would suggest to you it might not be the wisest choice. Because if the foundation of who I am as a person is built on my relationship with Jesus, and everything that Catholic schools are offering is the foundation of Jesus Christ, then to cut that is not smart. Especially when you take into consideration that these young people are going to be making decisions for you in your old age. And you too, Jerry. I love to pick on you. Your wife pays me to do it. Think about that. Think about that these young people and some of the children in this church this morning are going to be making choices and decisions for you and me. I'd like to think that when they make a choice for me and you, that the choice is going to be based upon the dignity of who you are and not the rock star status you had when you were doing what you were doing. You get my drift? You get what I'm beginning to suggest here, huh? So I want to put a plug for St. Elizabeth Seton School and Catholic schools. If you're a parent, if you're a grandparent, if you're an aunt, if you're an uncle, if you're a person who wants to do some good with your money, send a kid to that school. Send a kid to that school, because I'm not trying to suggest, okay, that the education is going to be better than a public school education. I'm suggesting it's going to be different. Take a walk to the school. Take a tour and just walk into the building and you're going to understand and see the difference right away. You're going to see the difference right away. if you're going to understand what it means that Jesus nailed the bond of my sin to the cross, and why that's important for me and why that's important for you, we have to look at Sodom and Gomorrah. We have to look at the outcry of what sin is doing in the world, personally and corporately. Personally, we all contribute to the mess out there. And corporately, it's getting worse by the hour. So my hope is in these young people, that as they establish their relationship with Jesus, that they come to understand who Jesus is and what Jesus did for them. You know, it's kind of like, those wristbands that kids were wearing a few years ago, WWJD. Important question, but a ridiculous question too. Important question because everything depends on it. Ridiculous because you can't answer the question of what Jesus would do unless you knew and understand and know what Jesus did. And so the reason why most Christians don't understand this catechesis, this theology of baptism, is because first and foremost they don't read the scriptures, because they say they don't understand it, and they don't understand it because there's no relationship. That's why we're doing Alpha in the parish. Alpha is going to evangelize people and bring them to Jesus. And then once the evangelization piece is in place, then we're going to be better off and better served to begin to teach the theology. If you and I want to really give our children what is really good, then we're going to consider how long it's going to last. And the gift of faith, the gift of a Catholic school education, is eternal, because it informs the heart and the soul. And it's the basis for who we are.